Hi, everybody. I'm just making sure this is working here. This is my first time ever doing an online essential oils class. I'm really excited. Thanks for joining me today. My name is Jody Curtis, and I have been using doTERRA essential oils for, it'll be 3 years this October. And I just have fallen absolutely in love with them, and it's become my mission to educate people about natural health care, how to implement it into your life, and really just my desire to empower and educate people in taking their health into their own hands and having a first line of defense at home when you need it. Let's see, I can't remember if I just introduced myself or not, but my name is Jody Curtis, and many of you know me and know a little bit about my story, but for those of you that don't, I was diagnosed with stage 4 Hodgkin's lymphoma when I was 31 years old. I had already been very into natural health care and things like that, just simply because my body couldn't tolerate most medicine. I was just very sensitive to pills and things like that. So I was always seeking out natural supplements and things like that. And then at 31, when I was diagnosed with Hodgkin's lymphoma, I was scared. And I actually just didn't know if I could do what it would take to get healthy on my own at the time. I didn't have all the tools that I needed. I went the traditional route, had chemotherapy. And then I've spent the last 15 years just learning lots of stuff in order to educate and empower myself in my own healing. And it's been wonderful. I'm absolutely in love with all the doTERRA products. I pretty much use everything. And we have different people on that are watching this, some that are already using the oils and some that probably don't know that much about them to start with. So I'm going to try to cover all the bases here, and I just have a half an hour to talk about what usually takes me an hour and a half. So I'm going to try to just hit the main points here. And to get started, I'm going to try to share my screen here with you. Let's see how to do that. Okay, great. Let's see. Let's give me 1 second here. I don't know what's happening. All right, there we go. There we go. Okay, so what are essential oils? We've all heard of the plants, roots, bark, seed, flowers. The dried herbs are the dried form of all of those. And essential oils are the concentrated immune system, basically, of the plants. So if a plant is out in the wild and has to survive against threats, it produces these chemical compounds in nature that in the top left on my screen there, you can see the little microscopic oil sacs on a peppermint plant. They are highly concentrated, 50 to 70 times more powerful than herbs. And 1 drop of peppermint essential oil equals 28 cups of peppermint tea. So it's extremely potent. 1 drop services every single cell in the whole body. When I got into really using doTERRA oils, I had just had a child at age 41 that I wasn't supposed to have. The doctor said, don't count on having kids, and ended up having this wonderful baby that then it became even that much more important for me to learn about all of the different gentle, natural ways I could support her health and her body. If you have oils already, then I recommend going and grabbing those right now. We're going to go through, as we go through each of these oils, you can try them. I'll show you how I use them and talk about them like that. And then if you don't have them and you're interested after this little class, give me a call and I can send you some samples if there's some you want to try, or I'll let you know how to get them and how to get them at the best deal. So the first oil I want to talk about is peppermint. Peppermint is a very valuable oil, as they all are, actually. It assists in helping respiratory functions. It supports the whole respiratory system. It can cool the body temperature down. So many times living in the Mojave Desert here, I'll take a little drop just like this. Here's my peppermint. And I just put one drop into the palm of my hand. It really only takes one. It's super, super potent. Rub my hands together. Breathe it in, rub it on the back of my neck, a little bit like that. And then it's just cooling for quite a long time. Peppermint is also very effective for nausea, stomach upset, anything like that. It also comes in these little beadlets. It's just a quarter drop in a little tiny ball, a little rubber ball. And so that way I can actually give it to my daughter. And if she doesn't want to have the taste of the peppermint, because it's pretty potent, she can just swallow that. And it works great. So let's talk for a minute about why would we explore natural solutions for health. Most, I would say, much of modern medicine comes from plants. It's actually sourced from the plants and the plant oils, and the each of these plants contains 100 or more chemical constituents that support the body in a variety of ways. And so what modern medicine does is they'll actually isolate one chemical component out of the plant itself. Let's say a chemical that helps with pain relief, for example. They will isolate that chemical component, make a synthetic pill version of it, and then they're able to patent it and sell it. There's two things that I find troublesome with that is that our bodies actually find it difficult to process synthetic medication, and it builds up in the system. Unlike the oils, which actually you can apply over and over again as needed. The body will only accept the amount of oil that it can accept at any given time, and that's it. And each oil can do something different in every body. So that's a wonderful thing about them as well. They're affordable, just pennies a drop. And like I had mentioned, that it just takes one drop to service every single cell in the body. They're available at home immediately, and there's no side effects if you're using them properly. The next oil that is very popular that we'll talk about is lavender. Lavender is a calming oil. It soothes skin, burns, emotions, supports sleep. It's just a very relaxing and calming oil. And even just smelling the oils, actually, you get the benefit. The olfactory bulb resides right here inside the brain, and as you smell it, it actually gives your body the oil that it needs, and the results will be individual. So that's what's wonderful. The next little section here is why would we use doTERRA essential oils? And if you look at this little pie chart over here on the left, there's the big blue piece of the pie is synthetic oils. That is like lemon flavored cleaner. I don't know if flavored is the right word, lemon scented cleaner. And then the little green piece of the pie, the food grade, could be, let's say, spearmint flavored gum. And then you get down to the little purple sliver, which is therapeutic grade oils. That would be like your high-end massage oils from the health food store, things like that. And then the little orange sliver is certified pure therapeutic grade. And that is a distinction that doTERRA has given their oils because they are very into science research. They test everything to make sure that there's nothing that exists in that oil, not one molecule other than the pure plant oil. One of the other things I absolutely love about doTERRA is they don't grow them. They actually harvest the oils where the plants grow indigenously around the world. So they have a program called Co-Impact Sourcing, which I don't really have time to go into on this video, but check it out. It's a really amazing program where they support the people who are sourcing these oils for us and reward them for their purity. And the plants where they're growing indigenously, the properties of the plant oils are at their highest. So that's why doTERRA has decided to do that. And it, like I had mentioned, each batch of oil undergoes multiple third-party testing to ensure that it is very, very pure. It's the purest oils you can find in the world today. The next oil we'll talk about is frankincense. This one is also known among doTERRA fans as God in a bottle. It supports healthy cellular function. It's good for all kinds of skincare products. It's great for mood. It's great for meditation, prayer, all sorts of things. When in doubt, use frankincense. It also, one drop added to any of the other oils will up the efficacy of that particular oil as well. It's a very powerful oil, and it is one of the few that actually can penetrate the blood-brain barrier, which is a rare thing. This fourth little section here, let me see if I can scroll down, with the picture of the cell. I didn't actually know this until I joined doTERRA, but in our cells are surrounded by an oily membrane, and a bacteria resides on the outside of a cell, and a virus typically resides on the inside of the cell. The molecules of the essential oils are small enough that they can actually penetrate that oily cell membrane and get at the threat inside the cell. It's kind of like it will sterilize the threat so it can't continue to grow. And in that aspect, all of the oils are so powerful. They're antiviral, antibacterial, anti-inflammatory, antispasmodic, all of these qualities that work with the cells of our body to support every single system of our body. And one of my dreams would be really to eventually have these oils be, used in conjunction with modern medicine so that people have all available aspects of support for their body. I'm thinking of my words I'm saying because we're actually quite limited in how we can talk about the essential oils. We're not allowed to say disease names and things like that. So it's sometimes tricky to get the point I want across without being able to use the words that I would like to use. The next oil, Melaleuca. You probably have heard of this one, otherwise known as tea tree oil. I used to just not like the smell at all, to put it lightly. And now that I have the doTERRA Melaleuca, I actually use this for a lot. I used to have to take a Sudafed every time I would fly. I've had ear surgery, all sorts of ear issues since I was a baby. And now what I do is I'll just apply the Melaleuca around and down the neck on each side, and then I'll take lavender followed by lavender around and down the neck. And I have not had to take a Sudafed to regulate my ear pressure for the last 10 flights I've taken. So it's been amazing for that. Yeah, huge relief to me for that. All righty. The next section is how to use essential oils. There's 3 ways you can use them. Excuse me, I have to burp right in the middle of my talk here. There's 3 ways to use them aromatically. So just inhaling, like I mentioned, just opening the bottle and inhaling the oil gives you the benefit. So that's one way. One of my favorite aromatic ways to use the oils, I don't know if you can see behind me, but I have my diffuser up there on the bookshelf, and you just add a little bit of water and a few drops of the oil of your choice, and it diffuses into the air, and you're getting the same benefit. Actually, everyone in the house is getting the benefit of the oils when you're diffusing. And I have 4 diffusers. I run them constantly all day and all night long. I actually prefer the aroma light behind me because it runs for 8 hours at night while I'm sleeping, which is wonderful. Let's see here. Breathe is the oil that they're talking about here, which is, I tend to want to say they're all my favorite, but they're all great. This is the Breathe Respiratory Blend, and this has many of the respiratory oils, wintergreen, peppermint, eucalyptus, things like that open up the cardiovascular pathways. And promotes easy breathing, and I diffuse that along with On Guard at night, usually with 1 drop of frankincense. And that is very helpful for immune support. Sorry, somebody's pulling into my driveway. I'm just wondering who it is. The next way to use the oils is topically, and one drop is all it takes. And really that's all your body needs until you can, so less is more often when using the oils. Another favorite place for me to apply the oils is on the bottom of my feet. It actually goes into your bloodstream within 30 seconds. The pores on the bottom of your feet are large, so it's able to absorb the oil. And it's also connected, you might have heard of reflexology. It's connected your feet and your hands to every different organ in the body. So when you place it on your feet, it actually can go where it needs to go within the body and help that particular body system. Let's see. It says, so for sensitivity, you might want to dilute a little bit with fractionated coconut oil, especially for kids. I always err on the side of caution with kids and dilute a little bit, at least in the beginning. My daughter takes most of them straight now, or neat, as they call it. This is the doTERRA fractionated coconut oil. Fractionated just means that it doesn't harden, so you can actually make rollerball blends like I have right here. doTERRA sells blends, and you can also make your own roller balls, which I do a lot of. Let's see. Okay, Deep Blue is one of the next oils that I use pretty much on a daily basis. It is the soothing blend, and it also comes in this little 5 milliliter. It's one of the few oils that just comes in a little 5 milliliter bottle instead of 15, like the bigger size. And it also comes in a rub, which I actually prefer the rub, but they both have their specific uses. And then they also have the Deep Blue Polyphenol Complex, which are plant polyphenols. It's a pill that you take internally, and let's see, I'm limited with the words I can say, but this is really good if you have any type of muscular joint type of issues. It's good for after massage or after workout or for massage, all of the above. That one, you've got to try it to believe it. Let's see. Internally is the third way to take the oils. You can put them in capsules. You can get empty gelatin capsules that you can put them in and just, take it internally that way. Or you can just add some drops to a glass of water and take it that way. I drink lemon oil in my water almost every day. Well, actually, I do it every day. Every morning I have a lukewarm mug of water that I put some lemon drops in. It actually supports all the organs. It's a gentle detox. You can also clean with it. Just add oil, a little bit of lemon oil with some in a spray bottle and use it for counter cleaner, antibacterial. It's a very versatile oil as well. Okay. Down here to the number 2 product of the company, which is called Slim and Sassy Metabolic Blend. Supports a healthy metabolism. It helps your body break down petrochemicals, which brings me to another point, and that is when you're using citrus oils, taking them internally or otherwise, you want to make sure you put them in glass or not plastic, glass or stainless steel, something like that. You do not want to have them in plastic because just like it does in your body, it'll break down the petrochemicals and leach the toxins out of the plastic. The metabolic blend just helps to balance your metabolic system and support it. It manages hunger cravings. It comes in the gel caps or the oil. I actually have a lot of success using, what I'll do is just squirt some coconut oil or some lotion into my hand with a couple drops of Slim and Sassy and rub it on the back of my legs after a shower. And that seems to work really well for me. Okay, the next product we're going to talk about is On Guard. This is a blend of let me read this off here. It's clove, wild orange, cinnamon, eucalyptus, and rosemary. The immune support blend. It's a very effective alternative to synthetic options to support your immune system. I diffuse that one a lot. If my daughter comes home from preschool with a runny nose or something, that immediately goes into the diffuser and overnight, and she wakes up feeling fine. I actually got a diffuser into her preschool because everyone was getting sick so often. She was coming home every Friday with something, and one of the teachers elected to put the oil, in the diffuser at school, and they're all incredibly thankful. They haven't been sick in a while either. So that's how well that one works. You can also put this one in a veggie capsule, rub on the bottom of the feet. There's a variety of ways you can take it. This one also comes in a little beadlet, a little tiny quarter drop that you can just pop in your mouth and either swallow it or pop the little pill. I actually have grown to really love the taste of On Guard. And as you can see, it has an entire line of products around this particular oil. I wanted to tell you about clove in particular as an antioxidant oil. There's actually a scale that measures the antioxidant level of items. And on the scale, it's called an ORAC scale. It's an oxygen radical absorption capacity scale. And on that scale, carrots score 200, blueberries score 2,500, and one drop of clove oil scores 1,078,000. So it's definitely an immune support oil, no doubt. Okay, let's see. Let me look at the time. Doing all right. We only get a half hour to do this, and I'm want to make sure so it doesn't just cut us off. So the number one product in the company I've been taking for 2.5 years, probably, the Lifelong Vitality Pack. If anyone has any type of autoimmune, disorder, something like that, I would highly recommend getting on these vitamins. It's a combination of the vitamins, oils, vitamins and minerals, and the oils that you take on a daily basis. And it just supports every system in the body. It supports healthy cardiovascular, nervous, and immune system function, healthy joints, healthy function of the brain, eyes, and the nervous system. It promotes healthy skin and metabolism and cellular energy. I highly recommend getting on those for just about anybody that develops an interest in the oils. When you are taking these, I'm just going to read you off the box here. One of the pills that you take daily is an essential oil blend of clove, frankincense, thyme, cumin, wild orange, peppermint, ginger, caraway, and German chamomile. So you're actually ingesting those each day, and I feel fantastic with my vitamins. Terrazyme, I'm a huge proponent of both the Terrazyme and this other product, PB Assist, which is a probiotic, a natural probiotic. I actually tried, 6 or 7 different kinds of probiotics before, and they would cause me all kinds of gastrointestinal problems that I won't go into. PB Assist, no problems whatsoever. And as a matter of fact, when I started taking the vitamins along with the Terrazyme and the PB Assist, I lost 35 pounds that I could not get off after having my daughter. So that was a fantastic surprise, and I feel better. So the Terrazyme is just the digestive enzymes that we need because we don't often get those in our food supply these days. The soil is often deplete of those enzymes that we need to support healthy digestion and metabolism. Okay, this next section here, list your top 3 health goals and write down recommendations. I would like for you on your own to think about this. Think about what kind of health issues or goals that you have for yourself, things you'd like to resolve. I mean, it really could be anything. There really is an oil to support every single system in the whole body. So think about that. Contact me and I can give you a wellness consultation. and give you some suggestions on how to get started to help reach your health goals, and give you some recommendations on what to do there. Okay, this next section here, there's 3 ways you can buy oils. They're retail. You can just go straight to my website, mydoterra.com/2featherstrading, and you can buy retail if you want, although I wouldn't recommend that, because the customer wholesale account gives you 25% off everything. It's kind of like a Costco membership, $35, and then you get 25% off every product. There's no requirement for purchasing. You just have to, if you want to keep your membership, you just buy 1 product every year. And by having a wholesale account, you are able to then participate in some of the other programs, like the loyalty rewards program that gives you credits and you can earn money to pay for your oils and things like that. So I definitely recommend that, especially after doing this for 3 years. It's the only way to go. And I can help you with that as well. Whatever you want to do, retail, wholesale. If you'd like some samples, I can send you some samples. And I want to do these classes regularly. I'm going to try to do a class a week on Zoom. Depending on who joins us, we can talk about different topics. I mean, there's an entire line dedicated just for emotional support. There's this, and then at the convention this year, they came out with those same oils in a rollerball touch kit. These are amazing. I particularly love cheer and motivate, but there's also passion, forgive, console, and peace. And they're blends that definitely help with the emotions. Here's that Aromalight diffuser. If you're interested, it's a great one. There's a lot of great diffusers. doTERRA has a bunch of different ones, but it just happens to be the one I like the most. Let's see. I'm thinking if there's anything else. Okay, let me show you the new line of products that just came out at convention. Where is it? There it is. A spa line. Yay! I have tried the lotion, the body wash, and the scrub and the chapstick so far, and they're all 2 thumbs up. Amazing, just like every other product. I'm going to do the mud mask tonight, and I'll let you know how that goes. But I definitely love all of them. And there's also 2 new oils they came out with, spikenard and petitgrain. And I'm not going to go into the benefits of those right now, but we can talk about that in another video. So let me know, give me some feedback on this. Let me know if there's anything in particular you would like to know about the oils. I highly recommend, if you don't have it already, the Modern Essentials book. It has everything you need to know. You can look up the single oils, the oil blends, the different bodily ailments, and it'll tell you how to, which oils are applicable to deal with the issues that you're having. And I know lots of people who, they're going through Western treatment or whatever it is that they're choosing to do, that are having amazing results supporting their treatment by using these natural products as well. It just keeps the immune system functioning at optimal level while going through other things. So I would love to help you with whatever it is that you're needing. Again, this is my very first video, so I'm not sure if I probably left out a bunch of stuff I wanted to talk about. I'm going to think here just for a minute if there's any other important things. Basically just that. Let me know what you need, and I can help you get started with them and help you learn how to, incorporate them into your life and get rid of some of the toxic stuff. So that's my goal, really, is to just empower you and help you learn how to get rid of toxic products and replace them with natural solutions. Okay. You can go to my Facebook page, Our Oil Essentials, and I have a lot of information on there, as well as contests, ongoing contests to win free oils and things like that. If you would like for me to come to your house and do a class for you and some friends, I'd be happy to do that as well. And yeah, I guess that's it. Thank you so much for tuning in, and let me know how I can help. And I will be talking to you next video. Have a great day.